Kendrick collab with Playboy Cardi, Fantano. Bro, Fantano dropped the album review. Watch him drop it like 4 a.m. to make sure.
Hey everyone, Big Thinny Cringe Tano
nobody
here,
sees it.
the internet's busiest music nerd.
How do you feel about this collab?
A couple of track.
Honestly, I never, like, you told me, I never thought I would see the day where he collabs with Kendrick, solely for the fact that obviously Kendrick is a lyrical smear, like strictly off the fact that like I just did not see their sounds combined with each other at all. But I really liked it. They had like what 2-3 songs, like I'm like, dang, bro.
Reviews. Yep, some brand new tracks are out and about. In fact, all of the tracks are out and about from the finally released, long-awaited, brand new Playboy Cardi album, Music.
Playboy.
Because Playboy Cardi is, in fact, music. Says it right there on the cover. Anyway, if you're at all familiar with the lead up to this album's release, you guys are already familiar with the fact that it has been pushed back again and again and again and again. Just to add insult to injury, just as it was actually going to come out, it got pushed back one more time several hours. That's just a part of the Playboy Cardi recipe.
Playboy.
Really keep fans hanging. And you know what? I am going to say the album upon release immediately has already been kind of like living up to at least some fans' expectations in terms of like
how does he,
some of the surprises.
It sounds like he doesn't.
One of which is not one, but 2 big fat Kendrick Lamar features on the tracks. 2
Mojo
Backdoor, as well as Good Credit.
Good Credit and Mojo
in this
Jojo.
video here, I thought I would talk about both of those songs and sort of the greater
you forgot about Mojo Jojo
of them, given Kendrick Lamar's recent beef with Drake. I should also add, Kendrick does bring an intro and some additional
we're never gonna
background lines and stuff to the track Mojo Jojo.
But we're never gonna see Cardi Drake collab again, bro. Pain 19. Yo, how y'all feel? I'm sorry, but how y'all feel about that track, bro? I did not like it when it came out. I'm like, what the hell is this, Cardi? What the hell is this?
Now, before I dig fully into that, I do want to give a
Pain
quick shout out to our sponsor for this
Why was
video.
it called Pain 1993?
That's on 5 batch
1993
or in-house dirty recommendation.
Sorry, we skipped these. I never watched the ad break ever.
Because before I get into the music on these tracks,
I'm not gonna lie, I always skip, sponsors, you know what I'm saying? Every time. The only time I have not skipped was when it was probably a Mr. Beast video. Like, he did it so slick. Not even slick. He did it so well. He incorporated the action of the video, what was going on, and he was it got me, bro. It got me. It was like I needed to know what was gonna happen, bro. It got me, dog. Yeah. Oh my god, bro.
Let's talk about the greater context.
I wish I could get sponsored.
Because with these 2 songs, we're not just simply talking about a couple of hype crossovers, some unexpected features from artists that have very respectively different styles. No, we're talking about Kendrick goddamn Lamar, a guy who is deep in the midst of a very big victory lap at this point in his career off of the giant W that he took in his beef with Drake last year. And between all the tracks,
who y'all think who won? Drake or Kendrick? Who won?
Euphoria or Meet the Grams or Not Like Us. There were some really consistent themes coming up again and again and again around morality, around being a creep and accusations and guilt by association, around Drake being accused of, all the stuff that he is citing in his recent
I know where he's going with this, and I think we saw a short Twitter clip of this, but I know where he's going with this. Let's just see if he talks about it.
All of this stuff we have covered in detail on the channel multiple times. You should be well aware, which is why I don't think it should require much explaining to highlight why it's kind of weird Kendrick Lamar would be doing these 2 features here with Cardi on his new record. And sure, you could make the argument that Kendrick just made Drake out to be a bad guy on those songs and made the accusations that he did because it was a personal thing for him. He just wanted to attack Drake in any way that he could. Drake pushed it to a certain point. He pushed it further. Drake mentioned his wife, so on and so forth. Like, yeah, sure, I get that angle of it, but simultaneously, over the course of this whole thing, Kendrick Lamar also made it very clear
he's well spoken.
That he does have like a personal moral vendetta here. He's made this clear in his recent interview with SZA. He's made this clear in that other post-beef track he came out with. Like, he clearly feels...
The day the party died? Well, what? Wait, I don't remember this. Don't know the surprise Kendrick September 11, 2024? The party died.
Beef track he came out with. Like, he clearly feels strongly about the guilt by association angle. He clearly believes on some level that there is some kind of like moral rot going on in the music industry, in the world of hip hop at large, and Drake in some way is representative of it. Like, Kendrick has made it clear in his bars repeatedly that he does not mess with people he finds morally reprehensible, and that being so on some level, in his eyes, means he thinks,
fuck a rap battle, he should DIE so all of these women could live with a purpose. Damn! Oh my god! Wait, I thought he said fuck a rap battle. This a rap battle. Fuck a rap battle. This a battle with yourself. Damn, bro, Kendrick,
you should like die. I think I and many are just sort of wondering, why does he not share not even the same energy, but even like a modicum of
to Cardi,
a similar energy for Cardi? Because I mean, honestly, when you look at the man's past and record, he's not exactly a Boy Scout. Like
now,
he has literally been credibly accused.
I will say, hold on, this sounds crazy, but I'm just going in Kendrick's mind. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe he didn't know he did this stuff, and this is all alleged.
And furthermore, in regards to the Drake
we don't know, but Kendrick might have. It's still, I don't know.
Yeah, he got bullied into being a dad by Pusha T. Which, sure, if you have a child, you should actually be in that child's life and raising that child actively. Which is something that Iggy Azalea routinely says on social media. Cardi is not doing. Like, she has called that man out multiple times for having little to nothing to do with his son, which obviously. I'm not personally involved in that man's
life. Went to play the PlayStation. I'm sorry, it's not funny. It's actually really messed up. Like, please, if you have a kid, please be in their life.
I don't know if that is currently his status.
Not saying that Cardi. I don't know what Cardi and Nicki's situation.
I just find it really funny how this behavior seemingly sticks to Drake in a way that is embarrassing and kind of like dogs him to this day. Meanwhile, it slides off of Cardi's back like it just doesn't really matter.
Again,
now, look,
maybe
with
he didn't
this
know.
video, I'm not personally making a prescription in terms of like what you, the viewer, the listener, needs to do, needs to listen to, needs to engage with, needs to avoid. Do and listen to whatever it is the fuck you want to do. I don't care. The point I'm trying to make here is that Kendrick, through his diss songs against Drake, has expressed morals and views that I'm just looking for a little consistency on. If you're hating on and distancing yourself from this one person because you perceive him to be bad due to behaviors X, Y, and Z, why not do the same with other individuals who also clearly
keep the same energy
issues? And I'm not just simply talking about Kodak Black here on his Mr. Morale album, obviously. I mean, really the only conclusion there is to come to at this point is that Kendrick Lamar, when it comes to the morals he puts into his songs and the ones that he throws in people's faces as a means of endearing you to him, he selectively applies them when it's convenient for him and most to his benefit. Twitter. If it allows him to build on his popularity and get a leg up on a competitor or tell a certain kind of story and narrative, he embraces it. But simultaneously, if it prevents him from doing a collab with an artist that might actually benefit his numbers and his appeal, then he's going to look the other way. That's how it all kind of reads.
He makes a good point.
Honestly. And I don't know, from this point, hearing him make commentary on this front is going to be a lot harder to take seriously because of this. Because again, we're not just simply getting one little tiny
so in Anthony's Fantano mind, he doesn't think so. He thinks that Kendrick knows all of this about Cardi. If you ask the average Cardi listener, do you think they'll know like all the stuff that he allegedly has done? Well, I mean, okay, the father. Okay, there's no way he doesn't know about the father. The PlayStation, he knows that. There's no way he doesn't know that.
Random
There's no
feature on a loose track or a song that was like, you know,
I guess
a
he
demo.
looking the other way.
Like 3 very obvious appearances on a new album from Kendrick Lamar on this Playboi Carti LP. The first of which we will get into. It is Backdoor. Spun this track a few times over, and I mean, it's different for
Good
Carti
credit.
stylistically,
I like
but
good credit.
I'm impressed with
Good
it.
credit's the
Not
best.
really. I mean, you kind of have like those really tinny, almost distorted
Carti my evil
perks
twin.
that,
Carti
over
my evil
time, just sound
twin.
horrendous. Carti is bringing back the baby voice a little bit, which I'm sure a lot of fans are going to be hyped for.
Yo, you know what's so, yo, if Carti goes back to the baby voice, it will go viral, bro. It will be like, oh my god, Carti going back to the baby voice. It will go viral. But I think some niggas will be like, no, why are you going back? You evolved so far. Why are you going back?
As far as Kendrick's contributions to the song, he's kind of given us those, you know, sort of like lazy, laid back vocal harmonies and leads, which I know a lot of people have been digging on recent tracks, such as Luther with SZA, for example. Obviously, he's had a similar delivery on many a deep cut in the past too, and it's a very tried and true style and sound for Kendrick. But is this like one of the best performances or, you know, sets of melodies he's delivered on this front ever in his career? Not really. But with that being said, in terms of like the hook appeal of the song, the melodic appeal of the song, it's mostly Kendrick bringing that to the table. Like if he actually had a fuller verse on the
I want to hear what he says about Good Credit.
Weird chipmunk vocal chops in the background weren't fully giving Drake. This is like a Drake-ass instrumental. But yeah, it's rare that you hear something this easygoing and smooth and melodic from Carti. It's cool that he can pull it off, but it's not exactly, you know, again, blowing you away. Good Credit, I will say in comparison, much more thrilling of a track. Distorted, aggressive, upfront, in your face, more along that die-lit energy, I will say, even though Carti is coming at it with a deeper, huskier flow, more of an explosive, whole lot of red vibe for sure. Also, kind of a versatile track for Carti too.
What did he give Whole Lot of Red?
In the midst of it,
he gave it like really a 5 or 6.
And the Kendrick feature does switch things up effectively on the back end, but I'll say in terms of like the cohesion of the verse and the flow of the verse, it's interrupted by a few different weird breaks. Like, yeah, it has some eccentric qualities to it, but it never really quite gets going and builds up any momentum. In fact, it sort of feels like Kendrick is trying to map over some of the chaotic energy that he showcased on GNX, and also, you know, typically works up with Baby Keem when they're collaborating on a track.
All right, you know, he diving deep. All right, we're gonna hold off until, you know, the actual wait, hold on. I do want to hear what he says about Mojo Jojo. I didn't really listen to Mojo Jojo.
And I think I'm not on some level. And again, it's just very odd. One more time, I will bring up kind of like the morality and the, you know, accusations and guilt by association element of all of this. In his verse, he acknowledges Carti as his evil twin, which at that point, I feel like you're just kind of throwing it in our fucking faces. Like, yeah, I'm collaborating with a guy who's a known dirtbag immediately after winning a Grammy for creating this giant moral panic around the biggest rapper out there right now.
Damn.
Which, again, is kind of weird. That's a weird thing to do. Yeah, I mean, I will dig into this Carti record further.
So he does.
I'm sure on some level these tracks will.
Yeah, Kendrick definitely knows some stuff.
Highlights in this.
Kendrick definitely knows some stuff. I don't know how y'all feel about it. It's like a situation where it's like art, right? Do you take in consideration the artist, or you just, you know what I'm saying, like, I just fuck with the art, you know, even if the artist is a bad person, like, I'll still, like, you know, you'll still enjoy the art aspect because the art paints a different picture. I don't know that argument. I kind of forgot, but W video is interesting. Yeah, it does kind of seem like Kendrick a little hypocritical.